What's up everyone, it's yours truly, Fitz. How you doing? Before we start off with today's video talking about how well Typhlosion performs with Blast Burn, you gotta remember, I do sell merch, and it's pretty cold nowadays. You can buy a Fit City sweatshirt. I've got it in black, I've got it in gray, and really my personal favorite, a dark navy blue. But if you're like, Fit City, I don't want a sweatshirt, I would like to try a long sleeve shirt, I've got the classic gray and black. But I also do have women's t-shirts with each actual team color, and same thing with the men's as well. And I've also seen a picture of the actual sticker here, and it actually looks pretty dope. So just thought I'd bring that back up. Now let's get on with today's topic. Typhlosion. How well is Typhlosion? How does it do against the other Pokemon, the fire types? So we just recently had the community day, right? And the exclusive move was Blast Burn. The same move that Charizard got. Well, all actual starters, fire starters, get Blast Burn. So let's kind of compare a little bit how well Typhlosion actually stacks up. Flareon has the highest weave DPS with Fire Spin and Overheat. That is a very good moveset, and Flareon has a very high attack stat. Charizard comes in next, 2195. Now these are obviously excluding some legendary Pokemon because we know Entei and Moltres are absolutely incredible, but these are the non-ones, non-legendaries. And you can see Ember with Blast Burn just doesn't stack up to Charizard. It's because Ember is not a very good move. That is the issue. Shoot, Arcanine would be way up there if it had Overheat. It might even surpass Typhlosion. But the moral of the story is, Typhlosion's best moveset actually isn't Ember. It's Shadow Claw and Blast Burn. Shadow Claw does more damage. And here's why. There's a nice little video that someone put forth. If we look at the differences here, to the very far left you have Moltres with Fire Spin and Overheat. Then you have Charizard with Fire Spin and Blast Burn. This one here is Shadow Claw and Overheat, and then this one is, or Blast Burn, excuse me. And this one is Ember and Blast Burn. You can see there, Fire, Fire, Ghost, Fire. So let's see how well these stack up. So here we go, going up against a Metagross, which makes sense because it is weak to Fire, but it's also weak to Typhlosion's Shadow Claw as well. And we'll see who ends up being better, Shadow Claw or Ember Typhlosion. And there was some dodging and stuff here, but as you can see, Shadow Claw Typhlosion edges out Ember Typhlosion. And they are the same IVs, as you can see. The CPs are the same. HP differences are quite different. Obviously, Moltres and Charizard are going to be better. But this was an interesting comparison. I think this is something a lot of people don't know about. Shadow Claw on your Typhlosion is actually worth other than Ember. And the thing is a lot of people are saying like, well, should I even power up my Typhlosion if I have good Charizard, Flareon, yada yada yada? The answer is yes and no. The reason why I say yes is Shadow Claw Typhlosion will have its uses in some scenarios. A lot of Pokemon are like that. They're not that great overall, but in certain situations they're good to use. I'll give a pretty decent example. Mewtwo was weak to Ghost type, so Shadow Claw, Typhlosion with Blast Burn, if you maxed out, you do some pretty solid damage. Obviously there's better counters, but you will be shredding it with that Shadow Claw. So that's just kind of a small example of how a Shadow Claw Typhlosion would perform better than an Ember Typhlosion. Ember is just a really, really bad fire move. Pretty sure it's worse than Fire Fang, and that's an issue. If Typhlosion had Fire Fang, this would go up even more. But the other thing I want to talk about too is the actual community day itself. The Asia Pacific region was having a pretty big issue over time, and they actually got a 2-hour extension. But here in the Americas, or maybe where you are, the shiny rates were decreased within the first like hour and a half. My girlfriend only had 2 shinies, I only had 1. I noticed that the shiny RNG rates were really low, and I wonder if that was on purpose. Let me know if your guys' shiny catches, like your rates within the first hour, hour and a half were extremely low, and then afterwards the normal rates came back. Because I went to work, and then my girlfriend finished it out for me, and then when she came back, she got me 5 more shinies in that last hour and a half, but I only had 1 in the first hour and a half. Now, It could just be crazy RNG, but I've seen a lot of reports that the first hour and a half was really bizarre. So I want to know what you guys encountered in the comment section down below. Let's get a discussion going, because I really want to get to the bottom of that and see if that really was an actual issue during community day. Now, I actually happened to play for the first hour, and right away I evolved a 95% IV Typhlosion into Blastburn because I didn't want to forget it. I wanted that Typhlosion 95% IV into, so it had Blastburn. And then also I did catch my one and only shiny. It's pretty big too. I happened to get an 82.2% IV shiny that girlfriend caught for me. But overall, as you can see from these stats, that Typhlosion really isn't that great. But if you have a lucky one, or if you really like Typhlosion, bottom line is you can power it up if you want to. It's just not that great. I might power up one of mine that has Shadow Claw, like I mentioned. It might have some uses, and it'd probably be good to throw in a gym because Shadow Claw shreds. Now I'm going to end this video with a teaser. So we have Meltan and Melmetal base stats have been leaked in Pokemon Let's Go and for Pokemon Go. And then we also have how you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Let's Go, a full-on actual guide. That will be a topic for tomorrow's video. I actually pre-ordered and already downloaded Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu on my Nintendo Switch, and so I will definitely be playing that when it comes out. You guys can watch it. I'll be streaming it live. You guys will be able to tune in on that, say hi, watch me play, and even play together. But if you're really interested in Let's Go content, I will be doing that in tomorrow's video, so stay tuned for that. How to transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Let's Go, and Meltan and Melmetal leaks for stats. Definitely. So if you guys want to read ahead and go ahead, that's fine. But if not, I'll do an in-depth analysis tomorrow and give you my speculations. That's not something that you can get out of an article. Smash that like button, comment down below, let's get a discussion going, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Be a part of the Fitz City fam. I'm signing off. I'll see you guys in the next Pokemon Go video.